Well, saddle up, boys and girls. Today we're going to be working on a cowboy. We're going to carve him out of this piece of driftwood, or cottonwood bark. Sorry about that. And we're going to put a little cowboy hat on him if we can, and try not to make him break, and see what we get. Here we go. Alright, so here we go. We're starting out with the cowboy. Now we carved him out that I know he's a gunfighter. He's going to have a couple pistols. And I'm just going to start out on his head, his hat. I like to get that kind of roughed in a little bit, and then I can scale up the rest of them pretty good. This one's cartoony, so he's going to have a great big head and then a little bit smaller body, but still I wanted to get the proportions right. So this piece of wood gets skinnier towards the bottom, so there's a lot I had to fit in here. That's why we rough it out, make sure we get all the shapes in there. And a little bit worried about his right arm, but it works out okay. Spoiler alert. I'm just leaving enough everywhere to carve details in, so I'm leaving a lot of things a little fat, like his ears there. They look like hair sticking out, but those are just going to be his ears. So leaving everything a little extra fluffy so we can carve in the details. Cottonwood bark's really fun to carve. It just makes a lot of dust. I got tired of the dust for a few minutes, so I got the knife out just to remove some of the bulk of it. Really wasn't sure what I was going to do with his hands and stuff while I was doing this, just roughing it out, and then kind of seeing how the wood itself worked out. If I was going to have enough wood there to carve a hand in or stick it in his pocket or whatever. Just keep carving in the details, and then you can always keep carving them down. Just get all your shapes in there and all your rough sizes. I started cutting that suspenders in there going across his back, and realized I had cut one of the X's in the wrong, one side of the X in the wrong part, in the wrong spot. Had to go back and move it over a little bit. I had mixed it up with his where his handkerchief was tied around his neck. I don't draw very many lines on there, and sometimes I get mixed up after I do draw a couple lines. Every time I draw lines on there, I just grind it off anyways and just end up going without it. So I don't put too many on there anymore. I cut out quite a bit of the just easy carving when I'm figuring stuff out and shaping stuff. Just trying to sand in the details a little bit and try to put as much of it on here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And if you want to do follow along with it, you could always just watch a little bit of it and then stop and catch up, and watch a little bit of it and stop and catch up. That's how I did my first few carvings, was just following along on the YouTube channel and watching somebody else do it. Try to copy what they're doing a little bit. I was watching a Tom Hanks movie the other day. It was News of the World was the name of it. And, it was a pretty good movie. It was set out in the Old West, and got me thinking a little bit about the gunfighters and the cowboys and stuff. And I guess that's what got me interested in carving a cowboy. So I hooked one up and dug out a piece of cottonwood bark and started carving away. leave a little bit of wood underneath of his hand when you're doing that, and then you accidentally mess up a finger or something, you can just carve his hand inside of a pocket there in his jeans, and then you don't have a gun anymore, but you don't have to carve out the fingers. So don't be afraid to try to get some details in. Just if you mess up, just figure out a different way to do it. Well, let's put that one back on. Let me go get some super glue. Well, that was very unfortunate there. It broke the end of his boot off, but you'll have that sometimes carving cottonwood bark, so fortunately the piece landed on my lap and I was able to get a little bit of super glue and glue it back on. It stayed on there till the next time I touched it, and it fell off again, so I broke in a different spot. So I put a little bit more super glue on it and stuck it back on the second time. Nice if you can find the part. I could have just cut it off and then got another little piece of wood and stuck on there and glued it on and then carved the boot back out, but it's a lot easier if you can find the piece that just fell off. It automatically fits real tight. It's fun adding all these little details, but it's hard sometimes getting them all filmed and edited out and put on the video. That's the challenging part. just a real sharp pointed bit. I'm just poking holes in there to give his skin a little bit of texture on his chin and his nose. Cleaning up some of the little details around his suspenders and handkerchief and belt. Decided I wasn't going to paint this one, so I carved his little pupils in his eyes there so you can see his eyes. I like the way he was looking just like this, so decided to just put a little bit of that Minwax paste wax on him and finish him up. Here I'm taking a plastic brush, spinning at a low RPM and just cleaning off the dust and fuzzies and cleaning out all the little corners and stuff a little bit. There's a split off side of this piece of wood down here on the bottom, so I decided to carve it into some out west looking rocks. Yeehaw! This one's just about done, so hope you enjoyed the video. Alright, well, we got the little gunfighter guy done, and this is how he turned out. This was out of cottonwood bark, and a lot of fun carving this one. So if you like this one, give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.